Hey everybody, Max Rich here, and that was the intro to Shambala by Three Dog Night. Now, Three Dog Night is sort of one of those bands that really epitomize the 60s hippie type, early classic rock genre, but who aren't as hugely famous as you might, otherwise believe. They had a couple big hits, Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, that type of thing. But this song in particular is one that everybody knows, but maybe doesn't know who played it or who wrote it. And Three Dog Night is the answer to that. But it's based around that one riff that really is very cool because it utilizes open strings in addition to closed strings, and is a great way for beginners to sort of advance past your very first type of chords. Where you're playing that type of like open chord position, where you're just playing G, D, C type of thing. If you want to sort of break out of that and move into a more complex, maybe more intermediate territory, this is the right lesson for you, because what we're going to be talking about is blending, like I said, open notes with closed notes and using them in an arpeggio style. So for example, an arpeggio is a chord played just one note at a time. So if you just take a G chord and you just play one note at a time, that's an arpeggio. But you can play them in any order you want. So that's a G arpeggio, but just played out of, not in linear order. And so this song utilizes a bunch of that. For example, the very first measure, right? All those single notes that are sort of cascading on top of each other, those are all based around a couple arpeggios. And so we'll get into that. I'll show you what chords we're playing, the arpeggios we're using, and how to easily navigate them using really simplistic hand positions. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about the chorus and the solo. Well, there's like a little bit of a solo, a little, 4-measure lead guitar part that we can do on acoustic. So hopefully you'll have some fun and you'll learn a bit about arpeggios and moving around different positions. So stick around.